Okay, guys, welcome back to yet another edition of the Slightly Reckless podcast. We know it's been a while, been disappointing, but yeah, we were working on some things. Sometimes not everything in life goes the way you want it, but we're happy to be back, and we hope you're also happy to come and watch us again and also support us. Larry, how have you been since we last recorded?
I've been busy,
Mm,
that's for sure, and
mm,
that's why we've
mm,
not been in your faces.
mm,
But we thank God that you're back on the podcast, and
mm.
I want to take this opportunity and welcome any and every one of you into the new month and wish you the very best of the month.
So recently, there's something I've been thinking about a lot.
Mm.
Maybe it's because of age. You've had people talk about saving for the future.
Yeah.
That phrase is something that people use a lot. When someone says saving for the future, what does it mean to you? Is the future your future tomorrow? Is your future 20 years from now? Is your future your kids? Is your future your relatives? What comes in your mind when someone says saving for the future? If someone has plans of maybe like there are people who go to the hospital and maybe they organize them and tell them you're not going to live more than maybe these years. Should they now look at the future in terms of the little time they have left, or maybe they should also factor in that they have kids, they have people that they relate with. What? Because it's going to lead us into the topic that we are going to discuss. What does that saving for the future mean to you?
You see that phrase.
Mm,
People might perceive it differently based on which angle you're looking at it at, but saving for the future,
mm,
even tomorrow is future.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
But the whole phrase
Mm.
refers to the point whereby
mm,
people drive it or derive it from the point of
mm,
uh, the people that have been earning,
mm,
but because of the way they mishandle their funds,
mm.
they end up getting broke
Yeah.
in their late age.
Yeah.
And there is a phrase in Luganda,
Mm.
which I don't know whether it means really that, but they say zikusoka nezitakuva mabega,
Yeah.
meaning that is my interpretation. I don't know whether that's what they be meaning.
Mm.
Meaning you had better be with money in your late age than in your early age, because if you have money in your early age and you get to run broke in your late age,
Mm.
you're more prone to suffering.
Yeah.
Because it is your late age that you may need to be supported more, and you're no longer able to work your ass out for yourself. You're now
Mm.
so I think that is literally what people try to mean.
Okay. So which brings me to this conversation that has been going on recently about Chameleone and his divorce. Recently, you've seen Chameleone going through a lot. Like, he had a very fun, like, growing up, because we grew up on his music. Those days, like, he seemed happy, enjoying life. He was a big celebrity. But as he grows older, he seems to be going through problem per problem. Recently, we came to know that in March, Daniella filed for divorce to leave him. And of course, we know what divorce means. Couples have to split their assets. So in this case, we have one of the biggest points of contention have been his house in Naguru. Chameleone says he built that house before he married. Seguku. Yeah, he says he built that house before he married Daniela, because I think he built the house when he was still with Dorothea. With him, they also share a child. Then also Chameleone has other kids. So Daniela, of course, also has kids with Chameleone, and so Daniela wants to own the house, but Chameleone says the house is for his kids. So what I'm trying to look at here is, I mean, you're this guy. They told you to save for the future. You saved for the future, built assets, made money. But now in old age, the future you thought you were saving for, they're trying to take it away from you. Or like it's not going the way you wanted. For you in this whole, because Daniel Chameleone says he also bought the house they live in the US. of course, I think he also has a farm. I think in their village, is it in Mitiana somewhere? That side of Mitiana, I think. She also wants to share of those assets. I don't want us to discuss because I mean, like divorces happen all the time. But for you, what do you make of this whole thing? Do you think Daniela should just stay with what she has in the US? That house is enough. Should let the assets in Kampala belong to the child, and she shouldn't be entitled to those assets. Because on top of that, she also says that she needs to keep getting upkeep. I think that's what they call alimony from Chameleone, both for her and the kids. Chameleone rejected that because he says the wife is working, so she also should support herself. She's making money and also contribute to the support to children.
Man, with all due respect, I know Chameleone kuba kiboko ku bantu aba ngaffe. With all due respect, allow us briefly brush on your story. Now, ensonga z'abafumbo nzibuzibu.
Yeah.
But my opinion to this, in the first place, there is totally nothing Chameleone did in his time, like acquiring this, acquiring the other, that was wrong, and he was supposed to, as omuntu ali mu kwezimba. Because these were not anticipated, marriages, separation, and all this. They were not anticipated. Earlier on, they were living a good, better life.
Yeah. And
even, I think by the time, we don't know, but by the time they went abroad, nalabako communication inga, yaba planning that they should go and live that better life in the States, something like that. But why are we seeing all this happening? Why is it happening? It is happening because Big Dog, what happens gradually in our lives, sometimes twins okuva ku mulamwa. And when we're getting off the grid, we get to start getting the disrespect from our own. And like we've always agreed, me, you, us, and everyone else, ladies try to tarnish our kids away from us as we age. And the Chameleone actually also says that when he was countersuing, he said he needs that bond with the kids again because the wife has turned them against him. But the other day I told you I'm a victim of circumstance, of the same way my dad has ever been. But guess what? It ends up in a bad way. You see, this is divorce. But even when they've acquired the divorce, they've actually executed the divorce and they've really parted. Now remember, they're talking about the alimony. Alimony is the sente zoteekeddwa according to the law. By law zoyina okusigala ng'owa omukyalo oyo nga mupatinze just okumulabirira nga paka nga. So what does it mean? This money is going to be by law that Chameleone oinaziwa. So meaning you're doing this by law, there is no good relationship at all between you and your family. But lwakuba etteeka teri mu kunyigiza. But again, do I cease to be the father of those kids? Definitely not. I mean, you'll still be in their lives. Come what may, you'll still be in their lives, and they will keep recognizing you as their dad. And as maybe Oli Omukyala Mulabanga, the former husband. And divorces are meant to happen, and misunderstandings are meant to happen. But sometimes you should not push divorce to put someone in the cage. As if you've never had a good relationship together. It's not that Chameleone has gotten another woman in another house and maybe he's abandoning this and the other. No. But maybe he's getting off the grid, is maybe wasting himself in a certain way that maybe they don't approve. But sometimes women go extreme, and it is bad for us men. We are the victims in this. A man now is talking about the life he had before with Smanyi Dorothea, built a house. Now we might not go in deep about this. The land friends, the councils will decide on amateeka gajja kusalawo as to whether the other house is being taken. Amateeka nago of course bamuwabira mu ga Uganda. Definitely. Because so amateeka ga wano gayina kwe gasinziira to decide what the woman has to take, what the kids have to take. But the Seguku house, if it's their matrimony house, I think they call it the matrimony house.
Yeah.
So that house, there is no way how Camille can separate it from the family.
So the woman
yes, Amateka, if it is their matrimony, Amateka gaine engeri jegakkirizamu omukyala n'abaana kubanga eyo ennyumba yaabwe. You get?
Yeah.
So Camille no bwana agamba nti nagifuna before, nagifuna di. Okay, bwagifuna before. So bo bafuna, like when you go to this family, the woman and the kids, what else did you get for them?
Yeah.
For what else did they now start seeing as their home? If it's that one, then it ceases to be your solo. You get?
It's for the family.
Yeah. So, but the law will take its course.
So for you feel Daniella is being unfair?
Yeah. Daniella is really being unfair to Chameleone. Those are issues that this is a baby daddy. Sigamba nti aba ignorinze aba tabawa buyambi ate baleesemu omukyalo omulala gwakulembe. No.
Maybe as we conclude, like what lesson do you think a guy that is maybe already married or planning to marry can take away from this?
I'm telling you, there's some things that are very, very, very hard to mitigate. Because one, sometimes we do things because we are in love.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do things because of the love we feel for our own. Because trust me, you'll not get to trust your brothers, your father, than your very family that you decided to. You are raised, now you're also raising your own. So, omanyi omukyala n'omwana banga alwana kujjako bintu ebyo. Tali mu kubikujja bonobo mwinamu abaana 2 3 6 tali mu kubikujjako nti agenda abitunde. Still, those assets are to benefit your own kids. Okay? So meaning, omusajja, as you raise up your family, oyina kwebeereramu, like you should try to have the assets that are really your own.
Yeah.
Bwekinaba kitegeeza nti oyina okikola in a way that family yo tebiinaako that so much okubanga if you're ailing, if oba otuusemu your stage osobola to run to that.
Like it's yours, it's placed somewhere, you know it.
Exactly.
Or if you have issues with your family or whatever.
Yes. You can confide in someone about it, maybe one of your kids or what. But let there be that independent asset. Have it for your own. Sometimes when you are aging, ne Twitter mu bino ebintu ate omanyi bagamba abasajja tufa mangu. Eyo embeera omukyala gyakuyisaamu. It puts you on the wall and it frustrates you much and you get to lose your life. So omusajja yenna, as you plan, well, you love your kids, you love your family, you love your wife, but always have that one asset. Always have that one thing that you think will always bail you out. Please.
Yeah. I think that's a good lesson from you, Larry, because especially if you're planning to get married, unless you're planning to stay single like me, then it may not apply to you. But if you're planning to get married, just know
you're still sticking to your.
I'm still sticking on the plan.
Man.
But the fact is, the world we are living in today, your chances of staying with your wife like our parents did from beginning to till death does you apart is really hard in our time. So having that thing, especially if you have money that you can put somewhere in that one day when that time comes and shit goes south, you have a backup plan is very important. I think this was a good topic. Maybe if you have anything more to add and before we conclude, then you can say bye to us. That's very true.
So have a backup. Never trust so much.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment and tell us something that you feel about our podcast. Thanks so much. Bye.